Welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are getting ready for the Mazda Road to Indy Grand Prix, presented by Royal Purple, supporting the Lupus Foundation of America. It's our final race of the weekend here on the Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires, and it's the top level of the Mazda Road to Indy, the Indy Lights Championship, presented by Cooper Tires. I'm down here on pit lane getting ready to go with a good friend of mine and just an all-around cool guy, Shelby Blackstock. Shelby, starting from 10th in this one with your Bilardi Auto Racing machine, how do you feel?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, qualifying didn't really go the way we really wanted it to, but we made some changes since then. Hopefully.
Gave the command to start engines. Your mom, of course, Reba McIntyre. She's here this weekend spectating, watching. You always have fun with your mom when she's at the track, or is she kind of giving you a hard time, telling you to get a little bit higher up on the grid?
No. She's just very supportive with everything. And, yeah, it's always good to have my parents out here, especially when my mom's busy schedule. So it's, yeah, really happy to see her out here. Good to see you out here, Tony.
Shelby Blackstock, it's good to be out here with you, my man. Coming to us by way recently of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's always fun to hang out with you, man. I'm rooting for you. Best of luck out there. Go out there and go fast, but be safe, okay?
Thank you guys very much. Thanks for all the fans for coming out today. That's a huge turnout, so it's really good to see.
All right, and try to have a little bit of fun for me, okay?
Oh, always, man.
Shelby Blackstock, ladies and gentlemen, starting 10th. We're now joined by Juan Piedrahita. Mr. Piedrahita, this is a pretty big weekend for you, as we've talked about already. Juan is making his 100th career start on the Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires. We're not going to talk about yesterday. We're going to talk about today. What does it feel like to make your 100th start in such a great series?
It's awesome. I mean, I can remember the first day I got here in 2011 on F2000. I can remember every race, every high, every low, and I'm just very happy to be here. It's going to be a good one.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Mazda, Cooper Tires, Royal Purple, the Lupus Foundation. So many great partners come together to make these races and this series happen, and they help you as a driver progress in your career. What do you have to say about those companies and what they do for us here on the Mazda Road to Indy?
I mean, they're everything. They make everything happen, and I'm very grateful with them, with the Anderson Promotions, Mazda, Cooper Tires, the Lupus Foundation. I'm just very happy to be here, and we should be fine.
Well, we're happy to have you here. 100th career start. You got anything special? You got anything crazy planned for the warm-up lap, maybe that green flag lap? You gonna do anything nuts?
No. We're just gonna have a good race. We're gonna go forward, and hopefully we'll be on the podium on the 100.
Juan Piedrahita, 100 races on the Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires. Juan, best of luck to you, buddy. Good luck, and try to have some fun for me, okay?
I will.
Juan Piedrahita, ladies and gentlemen, as the Indy Lights cars are making their way onto pit lane here. Neil Alberico is with us. Neil, you look great as always. How are you?
Thanks. Yeah, all's good.
Where are we starting this one out at?
Third row outside.
Ooh, third row outside. You can race from there. Pretty wide straightaway, gets real tight, real narrow, really quick.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a two-car draft at least going into the first corner, so just get a good start, get around turn one, and start picking people off. This is a long race.
Neil Alberico, thanks for the time. At this time, I have to tell you, though, drivers to your cars. Again, this is the official call. All drivers to your cars. We take a look down pit lane here as we're dodging race cars down here, folks. It is going to be a phenomenal end to the weekend here. The Mazda Road to Indy Grand Prix, presented by Royal Purple, supporting the Lupus Foundation of America. And before we go racing, folks, I do want to talk to you about the Lupus Foundation of America, an incredible association this week in the Mazda Road to Indy, teaming up with them to bring awareness to a disease that not many people know about, yet unfortunately much too many people in this great country suffer from. So please take the time, visit the foundation, the Lupus Foundation of America, learn more about the disease, and find out how you can help. We're getting ready to go racing here in Indianapolis. It's the final Indy Lights race of the weekend. We're getting ready to go. Santi, are you ready?
You ready for the start?
I'm so ready for the start.
I can give you my car if you want to race.
Good luck, buddy. We're getting ready to go.
Thank you, mate.
Santi Arrudia, we're getting ready to go and get the starting order for today's final Mazda Road to Indy Grand Prix, presented by Royal Purple, supporting the Lupus Foundation of America.
On behalf of everyone at Royal Purple, synthetic oil, supporting
Lupus Foundation of North America. Thank you.
drivers, start your Mazda engines!
Front stretch and the green flag is out. We are racing.
Well, that wasn't the most perfect of starts, but nonetheless, they've let them go, and they're going to go 2 wide, now 3 wide down the main straightaway, and they'll tuck it back in, go 2 wide, now almost single file through that first corner down there.
And I don't think that Brian Herda is going to do very well down on that inside line. He's dropped back to 4th position. So he went from 2nd to 4th there in the first corner. as now we see side-by-side battling going on toward the back of the field, but everybody through the first series of chicanes in pretty good shape, and down the backstretch they come once again with the cars fanning out and trying to outbrake the car ahead of them. Number 5 car of Urrutia was the one who made that bonsai run to the inside, and that worked out because he's moved up into second position as Kyle Kaiser leads as they are about to complete lap number 1. This is a 35 lap race, or 60 minutes, whichever comes first. 35 laps, 60 minutes, whichever comes first. There's a position being swapped. That's Clayman DeMello taking that position. And now they're on the front stretch and completing lap number 1. Urrutia is second. And his first lap was at a time of 1 minute 19.66 seconds. And look at the battle here in the back of the field as they try to gain a position. Oh, a couple of cars through side by side. That's the 31 of DePero and the 48 of Norman, and Norman is off course.
That's one of the Andretti Autosports machines likewise, Bob. Here's the situation early on in this race. You cannot lose contact with the field. In fact, you can't lose contact with the guy in front of you. That's how important these early laps are.
And a side-by-side battle now into turn number 7. That's the 13, who's also off course.
That's DeMello, Clayman DeMello.
Boy, he took a long cut there through the grass. Comes out, almost a collision there.
That's Telitz in the number 9 machine.
And that's Blackstock in the red and white machine.
So a lot of action and activity, and it's not surprising. These guys are all youngsters. They are all, as was pointed out on the pre-race show, they're just one step away from Indy, the IndyCar series. They're trying to impress the people that can get them there.
Kaiser leads by 0.3 of a second at the second lap, and here is an attempt to take the lead by Urrutia, and he didn't make it. Going into the corner, they touched wheels, but Kaiser holds on to the advantage, and now we have a battle for Laced, as he is in a good position to perhaps take second from Urrutia.
Closes up as they head up down Holman Boulevard. That's right. And now we've got a car off the track. That is Shelby Blackstock, one of the Bilardo Auto Racing teams out of Nashville, Tennessee. And he appears to be in trouble. He's down in that chicane area down in turn number 1 and 2.
And the question is, will it bring out a full course caution? Can they get that car going again? And right now it's just a local yellow. Not even that. So we are green to go.
You hear the noise of the engines winding up as they come up the main straightaway going south to north. That's the 18 car of Kyle Kaiser out of Juncos Racing out of Santa Clara, California. And we've got ourselves a battle.
Once again, Urrutia tries to take the lead and runs wide. He gets the spot for a while and then lost it as Kaiser was able to hold on. Urrutia just took it in a little too deep and didn't lose a spot, but he also didn't gain the spot that he had hoped to, the number 1 spot.
It was almost dirt track racing right there.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's a good battle up front right now between Kaiser in the 18 machine, Urrutia in the number 5, then Laced in the number 20 machine is about just over 1 second back, and a second and a half back is Herta. So you've got the top 4 less than 2 seconds apart.
And now Laced in second position as he was able to get around Urrutia. So it's Kaiser, Laced, Urrutia, and Herta, the top 4. And Herta has not made a charge as I thought maybe he would. He just didn't get a very good start there in the first turn after the green came out, and lost some positions back to 4th and has not been able to gain any back.
Well, the good news, if you're one of the top 5, you're at least in contact with the leaders. It's a 5-car, basically a 5-car breakaway right now that turns into about a half a dozen. And now the number 7 machine will come flying up there also. That's Peter Heaton.
Good to see him back in competition after missing yesterday's race. Average speed of the field 112.030 miles an hour at the completion of 4 laps, 4 of 35. Like a little bit of a lockup there from Kaiser as he entered the chicane.
It looks like the Blackstock automobile is back on the race course and is going to get himself in trouble in a couple of moments. Bob, the field's about to catch up with him.
That's right. He was just a few feet ahead of Kaiser. That's Blackstock in the red and white car, about to be lapped. There's a look at Herta and Jamin, yesterday's winner, running in 5th position. Alberico is right there too in car number 22. He's in 6th position. Pedrahita, car 2, right behind Alberico.
And here comes Blackstock across the start finish line right now, and right behind him, here comes the leaders. 1, 2, and 3 have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field. Kaiser up front, then Laced and Uridia.
Uridia would like to have that 2nd position back. Let's see what he does, if anything, at the end of the front stretch. He does nothing, not able to gather enough momentum to take over that 2nd position. So Uridia stays in the 3rd spot.
That's a pretty good race, Bob.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with Laced because he started 9th and finished in 5th position yesterday, so a good run for him in that race, and he's even doing a better job here this afternoon as he is in 2nd, just 0.7 of a second behind the leader of the race.
And remember also Jamin, he must have had some problems in qualifying, Bob. He did not qualify well at all after he had been so dominant in the first race yesterday. So he's going to have to work his way up through the field, and he's got it up to the number 5 position right now, some 2.5 seconds back of Kaiser.
We were focused in momentarily there on DePero, who is in the 9th position, car number 31. That's the number 5 of Uridia. He's running in 3rd. You can see that the field is beginning to catch now the slower car of Blackstock. It'll be a few more laps before perhaps they are able to start lapping him.
It's fun to watch these guys, Bob. They're working hard. That's Jamin. You can see some of the tire smoke coming off as he went hard into that corner.
Yeah, the impressive thing is the age of these young men and how they are able to do what they're doing. It's incredible. But again, an indication that open wheel racing is very healthy in the United States, and we have no worries about the future of open wheel racing with drivers like this coming up through the Mazda Road to Indy. And that's the number 31 car of DePero. And right behind him is Clayman DeMello, car number 13. That's 9th and 10th position, 9th and 10th. Seven laps about to be completed. There's Blackstock, the car who is running last, and the leader flashes by the yard of bricks in the start finish line, and the intervals beginning to spread out just a little bit, Bake.
1 minute, 1 second. I'm sorry, 1 second, just over 1 second back to Laced. 1.1 and then 1.8 to Uridia. I should point out, Bob, that there are no defending champions in this race, either yesterday or today. Last year in race number 1, Ed Jones was the winner, and Ed, of course, advanced to the IndyCars. And then in the second race, Dean Stoneman was the winner, and Dean is not participating this year. So we're going to get a fresh new champion in this particular event.
Yeah, Stoneman, remember his win last year. Very impressive run for the young man who is a cancer survivor. And apparently he has decided to race in Europe this year. Hopefully we'll see him back here in America in the coming years. But Stoneman was one of the 2 winners last year during this road course race here at the Speedway.
Well, you got a feel for Blackstock right now, Bob. He is dead last, as you mentioned, and what he's trying desperately to do is just to stay on that lead lap as the field really begins to pound down on him.
Yeah, and the interval between first and second staying just about the same as it was last lap, maybe a little bit closer. It was 1.7 last lap and 1.6 as they crossed the line this time. So a relatively comfortable advantage for Kyle Kaiser. Boy, these guys are really going at it. That's Clayman DeMello and DePiro, or make that Kellett in number 28, as he is getting past, but trying to hold on to his spot, but he's getting really good close competition from Clayman DeMello there. DeMello decides to drop back and get a little bit of a draft. Perhaps he can get the advantage here at turn 7. He cannot. The 28 car of Dalton Kellett maintains 8th position.
That's a good job by Kellett. He held his line beautifully and maintained that position after really coming very close to losing it. And that's the battle. 4 cars, make it 5 cars, literally within a second or so of each other.
It was just pointed out that Blackstock has already lost a couple of laps when he was stopped on track, but was able to continue. So this will be him going down 3 laps when Kaiser is able to pass him, if that happens. Urrutia with a little bit of a lockup. Good battle going on back here toward the end of the field. Oh. Clayman DeMello gets a position, but then runs into the grass.
Problems for the Carlin driver out of Montreal, Canada.
DeMello finished second in the race here yesterday, but battling these cars back in the field, ran a little bit wide and into the grass.
And they are all over that back straightaway, that Holman Boulevard. It's one of the that and the front straightaway, the longest distance you have to try to make up some speed on somebody. Now here's a big race going into one of the turns, and that is a 13 car of Clayman DeMello again. Bob, he's all over the place.
Yeah, he's trying to gain back some of that time and position that he lost when he ran wide down in the turn 1 and 2 area last lap. Meanwhile, Kaiser has lengthened out the lead again. The real battle is for second place here as Laced and Urrutia go at it wheel to wheel, and Kaiser's loving that because while these guys are battling for position, he can just sail along and put an even more of an advantage over the second place car. The lead is up to 2.2 seconds last time around, 2.2 seconds.
We should point out, Bob, again that the timing and scoring is done down in the old turn number 2 of the oval. It's not done at the start-finish line of the speedway. In fact, they're just now crossing that timing and scoring area, so we'll get Laced's differential behind Kaiser. It's like just over 2.2 seconds right now, and 0.4 of a second back is Urrutia at 2.56.
And Urrutia just got second place back from Urrutia. Laced now running in second position in car number 5. Let's watch them as they come off the 14th corner. There is Laced, Urrutia, Colton Herta still maintaining that 4th position, but so far not able to move up from that position that he lost during the first lap. Oh, a couple of cars almost bang wheels. 27 was Jameen and Alberico.
Urrutia, by the way, in the 5 machine was the Rookie of the Year in Indy Lights a year ago. He finished second by 2 points in the Indy Lights Championship. Really turned it on in the second half of the season. Had 3 wins and top 5 finishes in 9 of 10 races. And he ended the year last year with a total of 4 wins, 3 seconds, and 3 pole positions.
Jameen continues to stave off the challenge of Alberico, but now Alberico takes that spot. Alberico moves up to 5th position, passing Jamin in car number 27. So Alberico now 5th, Jamin 6th. 1 through 4 are Kaiser, Urrutia, Laced, and Herta. Pat Pedrejita running in 7th position, DePero in 8th, Norman 9th, and Kellett in 10th position. There's Juan Pedrejita running in 7th spot at the moment. He's about 7.5 seconds back of the leader.
Well, the credit goes out to Kaiser so far, Bob Jenkins, because he has not made a mistake at all. So he continues to up that lead. It's now at 3.6 seconds over the 2nd place car and 4.5 back to the number 3 position.
You know, it's interesting to read who these guys' favorite driver is, or their racing hero. And we were focused on Juan Pedrejita. There he is in the yellow car in the back of this line. But he lists his racing heroes as Juan Pablo Montoya, who will be running in the 500 this year. And his other favorite driver is Fernando Alonso, and he will be running in the 500 this year. A lot of drivers list as their favorite driver and racing hero Dan Weldon, which is very good to see. Colton Herta running in 4th position. Right behind him is Alberico, car 22. 4th and 5th place battle.
Kaiser has just taken over the lead from the get-go, starting with the pole position. Got out of any kind of a mess in turns number 1, 2, and 3. Once he established himself down that back straightaway, he has been really the guy to catch, and so far nobody's been able to do so. We thought the Herta might give him a handful, but he kind of got caught up early on, Bob, in some heavy traffic.
Yeah, that first turn was not kind to Colton. He got down on the inside and then got passed on the inside and squeezed back to 4th position. There's Herta and Alberico racing for position as Alberico tries to take that 4th spot from Colton Herta. Not able to do so that attempt.
Well, that lead continues to grow. Now Kaiser with a 4-second lead over the 2nd place Urrutia, and some 5.3 back to Laced. So Bobby's continuing to do what he's going to do, just stay out of trouble and be up front and let the rest of the field battle each other.
Clayman DeMello, who's running back in 11th position, just turned in the fastest lap of the race. So he is trying to gain positions and march toward the front. Well, the problem yesterday for Colton Herta is he was running 2nd, but had to come in for a pit stop, was a punctured tire. And he's under all kind of pressure right now from the next 3 cars behind him. There he is. Alberico right behind. I would expect a possible attempt to, oh, there's an inside move again, not able to make any headway. And Alberico is all over the back end of Colton Herta. Let's watch them cross the yard of bricks here. Herta with 4 or 5 car lengths advantage now as they head up to turn number 1 once again.
Well, the lead diminished a bit last time by the start-finish line, down to 3.8 for the 2nd place. And Kaiser with a 5.4 second lead over Laced in the number 3 spot.
We've completed 15 laps. We've got 40 minutes to go if this turns into a timed race, which probably won't, but you never know. Certainly will not be interrupted by rain. We know that. 4 cars here. That's Herta, Alberico, Jamin, and Pedrejita. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Kaiser crosses the start-finish line to complete lap number 16.
The lead continues pretty consistently, 3.8 seconds. Back is Uridia.
And the 48 car of Ryan Norman, who's running 8th, just turned in the fastest lap of the race, 1:16.9. It's Kellett in number 28 and DePiro in 31 as they battle for the 10th position.
Interesting story. You mentioned Ryan Norman out of Aurora, Ohio for Andretti Autosports, only 19 years of age. Last year won the SCCA Pro Formula Athletic Championship with 10 wins and 13 podiums in 16 races.
Impressive marks.
Yep. In the cockpit, now this is fun to watch inside the cockpit as those drivers are really working hard out there. The 98 car, Herta, still trying to make up some ground.
And trying to prevent Alberico from taking that position away. Onto the front stretch once again. 17 laps completed out of 35. Starters stand preparing to show the field crossed flags. That would indicate that we are halfway through this race when they come down next time and complete lap number 18. Takes a look to the inside just about every lap down the backstretch, but is not close enough to make a run on Herta at the moment. But you also have to consider there's a lot of tire wear when you do that, and you want to have some good rubber under you when you get down to the final lap so you can really make a challenge on the person ahead of you.
I guess, Bob, the one positive, if you're Uridia right now, and the distance, the lead stays almost the same, 3.3, at least when they're on the straightaway, he can see Kaiser. At least he knows where he is. It's not like he's a turn or two ahead of him.
Yep. Yeah, they're all within sight of each other. Down the whole field for you as we watch this battle for the 4th spot. Kaiser is the leader. Uridia in second, about 3.3 seconds behind. We'll see if Alberico again looks to the inside, can't do anything. Laced running 3rd, Herta 4th, Alberico 5th, Jameen 6th, Pedro Hita is 7th, Ryan Norman 8th, DePero is 9th, Clayman DeMello 10th, Dalton Kellett 11th. Telitz is running in 12th position. Rickards is 13th, and Blackstock is 2 laps down in 14th position.
No lead changes in this race once they took the green flag, and Kaiser jumped in the lead, making that first turn up there. He has been out front ever since. And the lead has been right about 3 seconds for the last several laps.
Very smooth through the corners. There's an in-camera, on-board camera shot, and let's take a look at what physical demands are in order here on the road course. That's fun to watch. I wouldn't want to be doing it, but it's fun to watch.
And as smooth as that backstretch is, and it's like glass back there, you can still see there's a bumpiness to the driver.
Yep.
Bob, as hard as Kaiser is working in that cockpit, can you imagine how the guys back in the back, as you see right here going too wide, how hard they're working their machine?
And Alberico finally got that position. Colton Herta off course momentarily. He lost that spot, and he's about to lose another spot to Jameen. So Herta's now back to 6th position. And here comes Juan Pedrahita in the yellow car to the inside of Herta, and Herta will lose another spot. So Herta back to 7th, move Pedrahita up to 6th. I'm not sure whether, I think it was just perhaps getting off course and losing positions because of that. I don't think there is anything wrong with the car, at least doesn't seem to be, but nevertheless, he is losing positions. Here's a good battle here. That's the 31 of DePiro and Clayman DeMello in car number 13, 9th, and 10th. And a position swap here, maybe? Nope. DePiro able to stave off the challenge of Clayman DeMello, but they are very, very close on the racetrack. Oh, to the inside, DeMello forces DePiro high and will get the spot. Clayman DeMello moves up to 9th position. Oh, look at that, man.
What a move.
That was DePiro, but also right there was Kellett. And we almost had a 3-car accident, but miraculously everything worked out. But it does shake up the standings here, and Brian, doggone it, I knew I would do that. I'm so used to saying Brian. Colton Herta is very slow on the racetrack. He was well below race speed when he went down the front stretch here, so there apparently is something wrong with the car, and he continues to lose positions.
Up until a couple of laps ago, Bob, it was pretty much a 3-horse race between Kaiser and Urrutia and Laced. And that's turned into a 2-car event right now. Kaiser with a 2.9 second lead over the 2nd place car of Urrutia, and Laced somewhere along the way has lost touch with the field. He is now 6.5 seconds back.
Yeah, the good racing though is back here in the middle part of the field, and we've seen a lot of positions change in the last few minutes. The timing and scoring does keep track of total passes, not just for the lead, but total passes throughout the field. And we are now at 37 passes. Make that 38. The average speed of the as 22 laps have been completed, 113.185 miles an hour. 113.185.
Well, 22 laps in, so if Santiago Urrutia out of Montevideo, Uruguay, has any hopes, he's going to have to find somehow, Bob, to move up in that field, because right now he's not seeing much hope. Kaiser running about 3.5 seconds in front of him.
Yeah, you can see he's running there all by himself back in second spot. There's the leader, Kaiser. Here comes Urrutia, and he has a nice lead over the third place car of Laced. About 4 seconds, as a matter of fact, 4 seconds separating second and third position. So everybody comfortably in a spot now with about less than 13 laps to go. On board once again with the leader, Kyle Kaiser.
We talked about it during qualifying, Bob, how important it was to get yourself a good qualifying position. We saw that in the first race yesterday with Jameen, and we're seeing it again today with Kyle Kaiser. Once he established himself out in front of the field, it's now try to catch me, and the lead is just under 4 seconds.
Yeah, I remember, however, either the first or second Formula One race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Schumacher was leading and had such a comfortable lead that he spun, and you could tell that it was just for lack of concentration. He had no challengers whatsoever. Well, let's hope that's not the situation that Kaiser gets into. He does have a comfortable lead right now, but you can lose concentration sometimes. There's the second place car, Santi Urrutia. Colton Herta, by the way, has fallen back to 11th position, so he has, for the most part, taken himself out of the possibility of winning.
That's a pretty car, that 5 car.
Yeah, it is. That's sponsored by the same people, the Aero people that sponsor James Hinchcliffe, and the car is painted very similar to that which Hinchcliffe will be driving in the Horizon IndyCar Series Indianapolis Grand Prix coming up a little later this afternoon. The green flag scheduled to drop on that race at about 3:50, 10 minutes till 4.
Well, Jermaine still giving it all he's got to see that left hand working at the top of the wheel, top of the steering column, and the number 2 car, Pete Rahita. They're all out there, Bob, working. They're still hopeful with just a few laps left.
Yeah, we've got 10 to go, as a matter of fact, when they cross the line this time. 25 laps will be completed out of the 35 that make up this race. That's 5 more than we raced yesterday in race number 1. There's Pet Rahita and the 48 car Ryan Norman. He has done a fine job, Ryan Norman, moving up to 7th position.
One of those Andretti Autosport drivers out of Cleveland, Ohio. Ryan Norman, a rookie.
He started 12th and has moved up to 7th.
19 years of age, by the way. Well, they really stretched it out now, Bob, but Kaiser just continues to add to the lead. Smooth driving by Kyle. He is now 4.5 seconds in front of Urrutia, and then Lace is some 4 seconds behind Urrutia, so 8.4 behind the leader.
Yeah, he's on a Saturday drive here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But still a lot of laps to go, a little less than 9 remaining in this race. One thing we might mention is that the start-finish line, remember, we're dealing with a road course, and there are several stations around the track at which you will see a caution flag if there is trouble in that particular area of the racetrack. Should we have, for instance, a car stop near the start-finish line, you will see a single yellow flag from the starter stand indicating that is a local yellow. So in other words, when you see a caution flag from the starter stand, if there's only one, it means that there is a local in that particular area of the track. If double yellow flags are waved, then that means there is an overall caution. We haven't had that, but that is something to remember for the Grand Prix coming up also, because it's the same kind of a situation.
And that is the last thing that Kyle Kaiser wants to see right now is a double yellow flag.
Oh, yeah. That would mean that he loses an almost 5-second lead.
So basically, about say 5 or 6 laps ago, this developed into about a 3-horse race. And that has since diminished down to a 2-horse event. And to be perfectly blunt and honest about it, the way Kaiser's driving right now, and he stretches the lead almost every time by the start-finish line, it's up to almost 5 seconds. And unless something dramatic happens, Kyle Kaiser is going to be on his way to his first win of the year.
Saw Colton Herta try to pass Dalton Kellett there for 10th position, but Herta could not get the job done. Kellett is in that very pretty, I don't know, what is that, aqua, something like that. Anyway, he is running in the 10th position, and Herta is 11th. The car just ahead of Kellett is Clayman DeMello. 27 laps now completed, 8 to go in this second race for the Indy Lights presented by Cooper Tires. day for racing. The ambient temperature is a very comfortable 75 degrees out there. And look at the humidity, 34%. It certainly is not a humid day here in Indianapolis. It's almost perfect for the spectators. Thanks for joining us. You've got a big race coming up here in a couple of hours.
And coming across the start-finish line, keep your eye on the 3rd and 4th position, Bob. That's really the battle out there right now. With Laced and Alberico, they are literally a half a second apart from each other. They're literally out of the running, if you will, for the championship unless something dramatic happens. But that is the major battle on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, we're watching that battle on screen. Very close together on the racetrack. 22 car Alberico, the 26 car of Lace just ahead of him. Down the end of Holman Boulevard, no attempt to pass, although Alberico did take a look to the inside, but didn't have room to make it.
Lace's best finish this year has been a 4th in the first race down in Alabama. And here they come again.
He may have a podium finish here if he can maintain this 3rd position. Alberico looks to the inside, although he's several car lengths behind Laced. Next time by, we'll have 5 laps to go. 29 right now have been completed. Next time by, 5 to go. This is definitely the best battle on the racetrack. Alberico, who is from Los Gatos, California. He was born there, living right now in San Clemente, California. He is the 4th place car right now.
What he's doing, Bob, is putting pressure on the car in front of him, but he's not quite close enough yet to make any kind of a move. You've got to literally be under that rear wing.
Yeah, he again has taken a look just about every lap down at the end of the backstretch at least, seeing if there's an opportunity, but nothing going so far as Kaiser now does complete lap number 30. Urrutia passes by. There's Laced and Alberico, 3rd and 4th. And Jameen is in 5th position. The only car not on the lead lap is Blackstock, who went off course very early in the race and has remained 2 laps down, but everybody else still on the lead lap, including Pedro running in 6th.
Lead is now 5.5 seconds for Kaiser. For a number of laps, it was established just over 3, and lap by lap, he's added to it up to 5.5 right now. Well, this is a great battle on your video boards.
That time down the backstretch, Alberico looked to the high side. That isn't going to be an attempt to pass. Now looks like that Alberico has a good run coming off the 14th turn, closing in on the back of Laced. Let's see what happens here at the end of this front stretch. No, and again, Alberico says, well, still don't have enough to pass you, buddy.
Boy, he is right there, though, Bob. He's really cut that lead down. Just waiting for a bobble. That time he got the nose literally almost under the rear wing.
Yes, he did. I'll bet we have something going here at the end of the backstretch. Let's watch them. Here they are. Alberico to the inside. Nope, still doesn't have the momentum build up to take the position. So Laced continues to hang on to third.
He's just saying to Lace, see me, I'm still here. And they are indeed. That is without a doubt the best race on the course right now. Lace doing a nice job of fending off Alberico. Here they come again, Bob.
Yep. Yeah, of course, a lot of this is just putting pressure on the guy ahead of you, hoping he'll make a mistake.
Absolutely.
3 laps to go, 32 now complete for Kaiser. And there's a bit of separation now between those two, so I don't think we're going to see a challenge for the lead, or for third place rather, on this lap, as Laced was able to gain a couple of positions there as they went through turns 12, 13, and 14. But Alberico has caught up with him once again.
Lace, by the way, is only a rookie. But you say rookie in all due respect, because these guys have driven on various stages in different classifications, so they have been in this situation probably before. And again, they close up, Bob, and once again, Alberico is right there.
And again, looks to the inside. Nope. Matthias Laced, his favorite driver, he says, the late, great Ayrton Senna. And there are several drivers in this series that rate Ayrton Senna as their favorite driver of all time. Now here is Kellett going to the inside of Clayman DeMello and taking 9th. Clayman DeMello lost 2 positions, and Colton Hurdham moved up to 11th.
Yeah, we kind of got intrigued by that 2-man race, and there's a 3-car battle going on back.
Yeah.
Kellett now will grab that lead and try to stretch it out a little bit.
This is 9th, 10th, and 11th now.
And in case you're wondering, Kaiser's lead is stretched out to over 6 seconds.
Oh, this may be a challenge here. They're side by side. Nope. Alberico still unable to get that second position.
Next time by, Bob will get the white flag indicating 1 lap to go, and it's been just a ride in the sunshine for Kaiser today.
And now, with him having to brake as he was almost off track, looks like we have some smoke coming from the car. Look at the tires. They're just about wore out there on the left side of the car.
Well, it's a good camera shot.
Yeah. So Alberico. They have some front end damage there, too.
Well, that's been a good battle. Now you can see the smoke from the tires, you see.
Yeah. That apparently was a rub on the tires that has.
So.
Yeah. All right. White flag out for Kyle Kaiser. On his way to a possible victory here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. White flag being shown by. And some big smoke now coming from the 22 car, and he looks like he blew a tire.
Yeah, something came off of that car.
Yeah, I think it was maybe the front wing. Anyway, the front wing was rubbing on the front tire, and that has caused major problems for the 22 of Alberico.
It may be a blessing, Bob, to get that wing off of there because it was cutting into the tire.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're the final lap now.
I thought I saw maybe the tire explode, but I think it was just the front end of the car. Nose coming off. There's Pete Rahita now trying to pass him.
Well, he put on a heck of a battle, did he not, Alberico?
Yep.
Now he's just trying to maintain position. Kaiser, Uridia, and Laced. Those are your podium finishers as of this moment. Inside the cockpit now of Kyle Kaiser.
And Kaiser comes down, sees the checkered flag, and wins the second Indy Lights race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Indy Grand Prix weekend. Kyle Kaiser wins by 6.4 seconds and pumps the fist in the air as the crowd up at the north end of the racetrack salute him. Now here come the rest of the finishers to the stripe. Jamin 4th, Pedrojita 5th, Alberico finishes 6th, nursing that car home.
Kyle Kaiser, victor here at the Mazda Road Indy Grand Prix presented by Royal Purple, supporting the Lupus Foundation of America. Great run. Tell me about the race.
It was a really good race. We got a good start from the beginning. then it was a matter of just trying to keep the guys behind me for the most part. I mean, I had one close call where Santi got by me on the inside going into one, slowed it up, got a good exit, and then from there it was just running laps.
So a good way to start off the month of May, not only for you, but your team owner. Tell me about what it must be like to score the win for him here after Victor did so good in Pro Mazda today.
Absolutely, a huge day for Juncos Racing. I got to thank all the guys so much because they gave me a perfect car. It's been a great weekend for them. We're coming away with the points lead, and plus they're going to be in the 500 this month, so I think it's a good way to start the month out.
This win puts you in the championship lead. You're in the driver's seat heading into the Freedom 100. That's got to feel pretty good.
That was the goal, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
As an oval specialist, you're looking forward to that race?
Absolutely, I want to win it.
Kyle Kaiser, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.